Good afternoon. The first question was if I was to choose one method for a needs assessment at my school, I would definitely go with surveys. In our school, we have teachers, students, and parents, and they are constantly juggling so many responsibility. As a teacher and a parent, go, go, go is so busy. So always time is limited. So I think surveys are quick, they're flexible, and they're easy for people to do them, to complete them whenever it works best for them. So therefore, we're trying to improve our communication at our school better, and this gives every voice a chance to be heard. I think surveys is a great way to do that because a lot of people don't feel comfortable speaking up in a focus group or they don't have time for individual interviews. So I think surveys give you like a safe space to be honest with your opinions without feeling judged or put on the spot. So I definitely think surveys overall respect people's time. They gather a wide range of voices and they provide clear data to help the school. So I would say my needs assessment would be surveys. The second question was, what is your elevator speech? So, one of the biggest challenges we face in education today is keeping new teachers in the profession. As a teacher leader, I'm concerned that so many leave after just 1 year. Too often, they're thrown into the classroom with little support or training and just told to figure it out. That's not fair to the students or the teachers. I believe strong mentorship and collaboration can change that. So that is my elevator speech. So why did I choose this idea? I chose this idea because over the past years, I've seen more and more new teachers. I've worked with different teachers, but this year I have been very lucky because the two new teachers that come to my cluster, are veteran teachers. So it's not like I had to train them on any technology or how to put in grades or classroom management. So I've been really lucky. Um, but many teachers come in with full excitement and passion about it. But a lot of them get burned out by May and ready to leave. This has become a real problem in I think all schools is not having enough teachers and people not getting a degree in teaching. So therefore it's just I think hurt the public school system in a way. So too often teachers are just hired and maybe they have a degree in another major, like a degree in business or a degree in biology, and they really don't have that preparation that some colleges prepare you to teach and that support. And I think that lack of guidance leads to frustration. And sometimes they figure out that they do not want to become a teacher after 1 year. So I think that that's something schools have to look into, especially making more mentors and having more collaboration with these new teachers so that they will learn all the tools they need and stay in education because we are losing so many teachers each year. All right, question number three. Question number three says, what can your school and district leaders do to support teachers? I think the most important way a school principal and district leaders can do is support teachers by creating more realistic workloads because each year it's more added to our plates. Constant communication with parents, new programs we're having to learn. They have increased our data tracking tremendously. And we have extra duties outside of teaching. So it becomes hard to give your best when you're stretched so thin. I feel this way because I've seen great teachers burn out, not from just teaching itself, but just trying to manage everything that's piled up on top of us. If leaders could focus on balance and expectations and giving teachers time to plan. A lot of times we don't have that planning time and we have to take things home. I think that this would build the relationships with teachers better, and we would see a stronger instruction and happier teachers who actually want to stay in the classroom. All right, the last question is, what is the most important area to address in professional learning setting? I think what we would benefit as in my department, I think we would benefit for professional learning on how to create stronger summative assessments that mimic the Georgia milestone style questions. Every year, we feel very pressured when that test comes up, getting kids prepared, students prepared for it. And sometimes we don't always have the tools or the training to design these assessments throughout the year that truly match the level of rigor of the state assessment. So I think having a training on how to write levels that write questions at different levels, like multiple choice, constructed responses, or we don't do any constructed response questions on our test. Um, and I think that we should. So if we could learn how to write more constructed response and how order thinking questions, it would help teachers plan with that in mind, and we can align our classroom assessments more closely with the state expectations and make sure our students are not just memorizing the facts, but actually applying what they've learned. I think this kind of professional learning would also help us work together across all grade levels and subjects, comparing how we assess and ensure consistency. I think when teachers and understand how to build strong summative assessments, students are better prepared for the end of the year test. So, as we are teachers, we feel more confident and we're truly teaching to the standard and trying to have the students master the standards, just not teaching for the test for each summative assessment, because last year there was some students that I really thought would make really good at the end of the year on Georgia Milestone, and they did not score as well as I thought that they would score, and I just it come to my brain that they were just memorizing the facts. So, a training on how to get students to learn more and apply more would help. Um, and I believe you can't teach to the test. It's about teaching a way that helps our students like think critically and succeed when it counts. So I think this training in the long run would reduce some of the stress that we all feel in the springtime and help us more on quality instruction throughout the year. So that is what I would do my professional learning to address how to design summative assessments that mimic the Georgia milestone questions and create those. So I think that would be a good professional learning. Thank you.